French President Emmanuel Macron saw his party experience wipe out in local elections today as it failed to win a single one of the country's key mainland regions. Sunday's nationwide poll was also a disaster for Marine Le Pen's far-right national rally, which also failed to make any breakthroughs. Despite an appalling turnout of around a third of the country in the second round of the regional elections, the first took place a week ago. It will be seen as key indicator of how both Emmanuel Macron and Emmanuel Le Pen might win in presidential elections next year. Exit polls showed the principal winners on Sunday were the mainstream conservative right, in the form of the opposition Republican Party. Nationally, Emmanuel Macron's LREM, the Republic on the Move, won less than 3% of the vote. Xavier Bertrand, of the Republicans, is now expected to challenge Emmanuel Macron for the presidency after beating the National Rally, NR. In the northern France region with just under 53% of the vote, announcing that he had stopped the national rally and wounded Emmanuel Macron. Emmanuel Bertrand said, "More than ever, I believe that there is no inevitability, that politics is not dead, that it can make life better for all." One of the most closely watched races on Sunday was whether RN candidate Thierry Mariani could defeat his Republican rival, Renaud Muselier, in the Provençal Pisco Desert, Vaca region. Gaining control of the region for the first time would have been a huge boost for Emmanuel Le Pen as she seeks to convince moderate voters that the RN has moved on from its extremist past. The French far-right of Marine Le Pen failed to win any region while centrist ruling party of President Emmanuel Macron suffered another poll dropping in the second round of elections. Emmanuel Le Pen has tried to rebrand the party sign, taking over the leadership from her father, Jean-Marie Le Pen, who is a convicted racist, anti-Semite and Holocaust denier. But Emmanuel Muselier was greatly assisted by the withdrawal of left-wing candidates in the second round in a so-called Republican front aimed at defeating the RN. It meant that Emmanuel Muselier won with a very convincing 56.6%, according to exit polls. The regional elections, which were last held in 2015, chose the heads of France's 13 mainland regions, from Brittany in the north to the Papa region in the south. Representatives of regional and departmental councils were also being contested, as well as town halls. The independent Emmanuel Macron created LREM as a vehicle to get him elected as president in 2017. Despite LREM's astonishing success in presidential and parliamentary elections, the party did not exist in 2015. And so today was the first time it was tested at regional level. Emmanuel Macron went on a tour of the country before the Durand election, but his efforts failed to have much impact. Instead, the elections marked a big boost for traditional parties with well-established local candidates. Emmanuel Macron suffers disaster in French regional. Boris Johnson will urge Angela Merkel to drop demands for "let them onto the beaches." EU civil war over letting Brits. Share this article. Shared. After the exit poll results were announced on Sunday at 8:00, a furious Emmanuel Le Pen blamed voter apathy for her party's poor showing. When 2 in 3 French people persist in not voting, in particular young people and the working class. As this is obviously a message that should challenge us, she said. Because this historic civic disaffection constitutes a major signal sent to the entire political class and even to the whole of society. Despite this, Emmanuel Le Pen said she would still be standing to become France's head of state in 2022, just as she did in 2017. She said, "I am more determined than ever to put all my energy and my will to rehabilitate politics, to make it useful and effective in the service of the French people." Because the presidential election appears more than ever as the election that allows for a change of policies. And Stanislas Guérini, executive officer of LREM, acknowledged a disappointment for the presidential majority. Emmanuel Guérini added, "I think the abstention from the first and second rounds cannot be dismissed with a wave of the hand. This is obviously a major political fact, which cannot leave any politician indifferent. We must all provide answers. Share your comment on this article. Emmanuel Macron's party is wiped out in French local elections.